Alrighty then. We got a lot to talk about as we sip the tea with Leah Henry from the Quicksilver Show. She is back to dish on Hot Topics, another edition of Let's Sip with Leah. The whole thing, man, you're busy. You know, because we're talking, first of all, I want to say that you can hear Leah in Baltimore on 92Q, and you can also hear her in the DMV on WKYS. And every afternoon, we get, she don't just, you know, sip the tea. I mean, she like pours it out.
Exactly, Julie. I'm glad you know.
I'll be driving in the car, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, you know, I try to add a little something in the punch.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, what do you think about the Facebook features? I mean, come on.
I mean, at this point, if it can find me a man, I'm open. Okay.
Wow.
Well, except for you, because you do too much. I had to lead with that.
We've got some men in the room today.
Oh, see, Julie will see a dog and be like, Leah single. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
It's a cute dog. Do you think that people can find love on the internet for real? Do you think it could happen? After
a lot of error, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, no, don't get me wrong. I've heard people who are in love. My cousin met her husband. They love each other. You know, they say it's great, but I have not had that luck, so I'm probably a little more pessimistic than most.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm still on dating sites, so I can't deny that.
All right. Are you having any luck? Like, even like good dates, but maybe not the right person, but just good dates?
I've had that happen a couple times,
okay.
but no, not I would give it like a 65% at this point.
Wow. Yeah.
Not passing.
Not passing. All right. So what are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing to find a man?
I don't know, Julie. I'm not going to let you hook me up. I know that much, and I'm not letting Quicksilver either, because both of y'all are a mess.
All right, well, let's talk about two people who have been hooked up for quite some time, and that is Kim and Kanye, and they're going back to diaper duty now. The surrogate for the couple went into labor on Thursday, according to their publicist, so now the announcement reportedly was news to the family as matriarch Kris Jenner, who said she didn't know the latest edition was on the way, but Kim and Kanye are expecting a baby boy, and no word yet on what the baby's name will be. They have the other three children who are North, St., and Chicago.
I'm going for Hurricane West.
Hurricane
West. That is my call right now. Because I think that's such a cute name. Like, someone said that the other day, and I was like, you know what? That's a good celebrity baby name. Not like a normal name.
Right, right.
Not if you're good, you know, your mom works at Walmart. Like, that's not a, you know what I mean? But Hurricane West, I'm feeling it.
I don't know where the Saint came from. I get the North, I get the Chicago. Saint to me is kind of out of the
loop.
Yeah.
Because Kanye thinks he's a god.
Okay. Well, I mean, he is Jesus.
So he says.
All right, Hurricane West. Let's put some money on it. I like that. All right, we are saying congratulations to Hilary Duff. Congratulations are in order for her because she posted this photo on her Instagram account on Thursday confirming she's engaged to musician Matthew Coma. She also said in the quote, "He's asked me to be his wife." Original. Hilary gave birth to the couple's first child last year, and she also has a 6-year-old son with ex-husband Mike Comrie, who used to play for the Senators, if I'm not mistaken. He's a hockey guy.
Well, she picks rich husbands, so I like her style.
Well, maybe take notes.
Yeah, take notes. That's what. All right.
All right, another reason why you shouldn't text and drive. Take a look at this. Former England soccer star David Beckham. He can't drive for 6 months because he was busted texting and driving. The incident happened in November. A bystander spotted David Beckham focusing on his phone instead of the road and took a picture. And then a South London court put 6 points on his 6 points. Wow. He already had 6 points for speeding, and now he'll have to be chauffeured around town for the next 6 months.
I mean, that's rich people problems, though.
Right?
Imagine having like 6 kids. You got to take them to school, and then you really can't drive. David Beckham can call a chauffeur. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, one of them's old enough to drive now.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, poor him.
Right? Man, who does that? Who tattles?
Right, who takes the picture?
Yeah.
How mad are you when you in your car minding your business?
Right.
And then somebody takes a picture.
Yeah, Big Brother's always watching.
They ain't loyal out here.
Yeah, see? A TV series based on the recent college admission scandal involving actors Loughlin and Felicity Huffman is in the works. Annapurna Television will make a 1-hour limited series about the scandal after optioning the rights to the upcoming book Accepted. Now, the book details the criminal conspiracy to influence undergraduate admission decisions at several prominent American universities. In March, a total of 50 people nationwide were charged in the largest college admission scam ever to be prosecuted by the Department of Justice, and the scheme involved either cheating or unstandardized tests or bribing college coaches and school officials to accept students as college athletes, which I thought was great, even if the student had never played said sport. Now, Loughlin has pleaded not guilty to the charges of conspiracy to commit fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Felicity Huffman agreed to plead guilty to a charge of conspiracy to commit fraud. I just don't get it.
Well, I know the other day TMZ posted that there was a poster over the weekend at USC for their crew team that said no experience needed. So people are saying that she's going to use that. Well, but people are saying that technically that team, they try to recruit people because it's not a popular sport anyway.
Okay.
So Loughlin might get a break in this case purely because of that technicality, because if they use that in court and say, well, I mean, how can you prove? Now, granted, she did donate $500,000, so we're not going to excuse that.
Right.
But, you know, USC put that out by themselves. It wasn't like, well, unless she paid them. I mean, who knows?
But she got the scholarship through that.
Right.
Are you going to give scholarships to people who are not experienced?
Well, and that's the thing. If your recruitment style says no experience needed, yeah, I mean, right?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think the whole situation is interesting. We had a conversation on the show about this because Quick was saying, you know, what's the difference between a parent who might live in a bad neighborhood using a fake address, using grandma's address because they live in a better neighborhood? And I was like, well, there is a difference because, one, it's about necessity. I might not have the necessity to go across town to the better school. However, when you take SAT scores, when you have to keep a certain GPA, when there are requirements that are difficult to get into college, there's a difference. If it's a public school and I'm using my grandmother's address, two totally different things.
Yeah,
so,
I would agree.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge difference in, you know, bribery or paying off somebody or however you want to look at it to get into school. Plus, you going to a public school using your grandma's address is not prohibiting somebody else from getting in there.
Right, and that's another thing.
You know?
And I also just feel like at the end of the day, Loughlin, her defense is going to be, listen, at the end of the day, there was no criminal intent. Not the fact that it was a crime. It was a crime, but her intent. And I think that's what her team is going to try to use to really get her to serve no jail time. I was a mother. I did what I had to do, the best motherly thing I could do in order to get my child into this school. Now, will the judge, jury, so on, set forth buy that? That will be the question that we need to wait to see.
And in some respects, I can see that maybe she honestly believes that like paying off this and the way they did it, whether it was through check or mail or whatever, that's where the donation is where the federal offense comes in. So I didn't think about it like that either until they brought that up. So I could see where she's like, there's no criminal intent. But the fact is, man, every other modern day, you know, mom and pop do not have $500,000 to pay a school to get their kid in that doesn't have the grades anyway. I
mean, I just think people don't really speak about what the real situation is. It's privilege. She used her privilege to get her kids into a school, like a lot of privileged people do that we're just now finding out about, but realistically has been going on for years. Let's look at Dr. Dre. He has a $1 billion building on USC's campus. Did his daughter get in the correct way? Did he pay off anybody? No, but you also donated millions of dollars to the school. So what? You see what I mean? Like, it's about the privilege aspect of it that I feel like people are trying to ignore. So.
And people have been doing that for a while. People have been donating money to build a library on campuses.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter if they're white or black. People have been doing this for a long time.
Privilege, money.
Yeah, we need to go back and look at how one gets accepted into a college, period.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we've got a great show coming up for you today. It's